Call to order the special meeting of the Brentwood Board of Aldermen for September 27th, 2016. If you'd all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Plufka,
Here.
Alderman Weggie,
Here.
Alderman Lockmiller, sorry.
Yeah, he's here.
Alderman Kramer,
He's absent.
Alderman O'Neill,
She's also absent.
Alderman Leahy,
I'm here.
Alderman Sims,
Here.
Alderman Dimmitt.
Here. I believe we have a quorum. There is only one item on this evening's agenda, and that is, well, two items. Public hearing, correct? And then one bill to be considered. So without further ado, I will open the public hearing on the tax rate for the city of Brentwood 2017? 2016 tax rate. If anyone would like to address the board on the tax rate, please come forward and you will be heard.
Lee Charbonneau, 8833 Madge. I printed off from the computer last year's, which now I left sitting there. But if you just add the rates down the column, and we've already had been told by Vicki from the library that they were going to be using, I guess that was at Ways and Means, that they had not raised the rates in quite a long, they were going to have quite a jump, they were in need. I understand that I'm a frequent user of the library, but if you just add these numbers down, in the commercial column, for example, you've got 2 and 3 is 5, and 4 is 9, and we stop at 8. So I'm not making these figures work. Is the total under commercial incorrect? And if you look at the residential rate, library is a 3 and pension is a 3. Well, there's a 6 right there, and we start with a 5. So I'm having trouble. Am I having trouble?
Yes, you don't have the magic calculator.
Oh, the magic calculator. No, I don't. I'm using this one. But you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay.
I'll address it when I speak.
Thank you. Ms. Bola will address it, and then the numbers will work.
So I hear.
Thank you. Oh, and congratulations on your lot.
Oh,
Will you let me plant sunflowers on it next?
you absolutely.
You don't have any plans for?
Come see me after coffee. We'll talk about your plans for my lot.
Thank you.
Would anyone else care to come forward and speak to the board on the 2016 tax issue? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. Ms. Conde, would you care to address that comment?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say that the reason why we are having the public hearing tonight is to establish and certify the tax rate on real and personal property by October 1st. As you all know, October 1st falls on Sunday. Therefore, we have been given till Monday to submit the final ordinance that supports the tax rate. I know we have a meeting that evening, but the county offices close at 5. Therefore, we're having the meeting today. First of all, when you look at the revenue from the property tax in the fiscal year 16 budget, it's only 1.59% of the total revenues for the city. And with the revenues that we estimate that we will receive from the different taxes in 2016, we are seeing a slight bump, 0.82%. So there's a disclaimer at the bottom of the public notice hearing that says that this information is based on current information, is subject to change prior to the adoption of the rates. So we talked to the auditor's office, Missouri State Auditor's Office, late this afternoon, and have made changes to the notice of public hearing that we have. However, because it's already been published, we don't print a new copy. But if you would like a copy, I'm happy to provide that. So the general fund tax rate, we do not assess a residential tax rate for general fund. However, for the commercial tax rate, general fund commercial tax rate is 0.2130. For the personal tax rate is 0.2070, and the estimated revenue for all general fund tax rates is $306,822. At the Ways and Means Committee meeting, Library Director Vicki Woods indicated that this is the year that the Library Board would like to go to their maximum authorized levy rate, and for residential is 0.3090, for commercial tax rate is 0.3110, for the personal tax rate is 0.3090, estimated revenue is $870,500. For the pension fund, it's 0.3810 for residential, commercial is 0.4110, personal tax rate is 0.3850, estimated revenue is $1,104,796. We are not assessing any debt service. So for the total, for the residential tax rate, it is 0.6900. For the commercial tax rate, total is 0.9350. And for the personal tax rate, it is 0.9010. Total estimated revenue is $2,282,118. You will notice that in the copy of the Bill 6089 that is placed before you, which is different from what we've done in prior years, we have inserted a whereas, and this is at the requirement of the Missouri State Auditor's Office, and it says, in accordance with the provisions of Section 137.07354, the revised state statute supplement 2010, the Board of Aldermen hereby finds, declares, and states, following a public hearing this evening at a public meeting, that the rate of tax for the library purposes hereinafter established is justified by necessity for maintaining the level of service. So we have had to insert this because the library board is asking that they go to their maximum authorized levy rate. Next year, which is an odd year, 2017, is a reassessment year. Therefore, they would have to wait until 2018 before they could go to that voter assessed rate, voter authorized approved rate, which is why we're doing it this year.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions? Since we're doing this now, we'll skip it and we'll do two quick readings. So Alderman Plufka.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. When was the vote taken to authorize 30 cents?
The library.
Yes, for the library.
Vicki Woods, do you want to approach the podium?
That vote was approved August 7th of 2012.
And is there any time limit with regard to your ability to take that which was authorized by the, is there any time limit?
You mean by
Within-
which they have to take it?
Right, because to use an analogy, the conditional use permits and the other things
Right,
expire after a
right.
certain period of time.
Right.
Does this kind of
It's actually a
mandate
case
ever?
of first impression. Nobody has ever not taken all the money they've been authorized to take.
Is that true?
I think what we did is sort of unusual.
I would agree with that. I just didn't know if you don't take it at some point, is it seen as going away in terms of the mandate?
Well, I had been told by other library directors that that was the case. However, I spoke with the state auditor's office, and she got in touch with their attorney, who then emailed me back and said, as far as I could tell, there was no limitation on when we could raise
They
the
just
rate.
have to wait a little
Because
longer.
it's never happened before.
And that may
Right.
be.
Okay.
But
Okay.
as Bola pointed out, if we don't do it tonight, then we have to wait for 2
Yeah,
more
they
years
certainly
to
can't do it for
So-
2 years if it doesn't happen tonight.
That's
I know,
right.
I understand that answer. I just wanted to know whether or not it had been talked about, whether or not this lapsed, or whatever the word would be, in terms of that voter mandate, that would somehow expire at some point.
I don't know the answer exactly, but
Yeah, but according to the state auditor's attorney, there is no
there's no lapse.
limitation on it.
Did they provide you any kind of written opinion about that, or was it something that
No,
was
it's
done over the
just
phone?
It's a
somebody
longer
who-
process to get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It
All right,
just-
thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Leahy.
Following up on David's question, the city of Brentwood has on the general fund up to a 42 cent per $100 assessment. We rolled that back to zero 15 years ago, but it's still approved at the 42 cent per 100. It doesn't expire. We just choose not to go up to that rate.
That is true.
Any further questions? Okay. Madam City Attorney, first reading by title only, please.
All right, an ordinance to Bill number 6089, an ordinance to confirm, ratify, and approve the rate of tax to be assessed and collected for each $100 of assessed valuation for the year 2016 for A, general municipal purposes, B, to provide the annual contribution to the City of Brentwood's Police and Firemen's Retirement Fund, C, to pay principal and interest as the same matures on indebtedness of the City of Brentwood evidenced by bonds, D, to pay the maintenance of the public library, providing for the effective date of this ordinance, and providing for the repeal of all conflicting ordinances.
Okay, thank you. And Madam City Attorney, second reading by title only, please.
Bill number 6089, an ordinance to confirm, ratify, and approve the rate of tax to be assessed and collected for each $100 of assessed valuation for the year 2016 for A, general municipal purposes, B, to provide the annual contribution to the City of Brentwood's Police and Firemen's Retirement Fund, C, to pay principal and interest as the same matures on indebtedness of the City of Brentwood evidenced by bonds, D, to pay for the maintenance of the public library, providing for the effective date of this ordinance, and providing for the repeal of all conflicting ordinances. And bless you, Alderman Clark.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion to perfect Bill 6089 as revised with the whereas in it for ordinance form.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the Board of Aldermen perfect Bill number 6089 as presented this evening with the whereas clause included. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Demmett,
Yes.
Alderman Leahy,
Yes.
Alderman Lockmiller,
Yes.
Alderman Plufka,
Yes.
Alderwoman Sims,
Yes.
Alderman Weggie.
Yes.
Bill number 6089 is hereby passed by the Board of Aldermen and upon signature by the mayor becomes ordinance number 4737.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We stand adjourned.
Thank you.